This video is about compound inequalities. Specifically, we're going to talk about these in terms of using them with an absolute value inequality that involves a less than symbol. So where the absolute value of is less than a number. Now, because of the less than symbol, we know that if you would graph this, it would look like this. Because the less than means it's this and this. It's a combined thing. Less than tells me and. Now, you could set up partner equations to discover what these limits were for the interval. And we've done that before with x minus 4 is change negative, or x minus 4 is stays the same. And I could do that, add the 4. So I know if, just from doing it this way, that it's going to be negative 3 or 11. Now, there's another way I can do it. I can set it up as a compound inequality. And to do that, we're going to have the same inequality. And what I'm going to do is I need to put the expression in the middle, just like it is on this number line. It's in the middle. So to do that, I'm just going to move duplicate the less than symbol, and I'm going to put it over here. So I have two of them, one on either side of the original expression. And then I'm going to leave that the way it was, and I'm going to add a negative of the number on the left-hand side. So now we have an inequality that has three parts. 1, 2, 3. Now, we still have to isolate the variable, so we'll add 4 to all three parts. And we'll end up with negative 3, x, and 11. And what this does is it tells us that the solution for the inequality is between negative 3 and 11. Look familiar? And we would write the interval just the same way as negative 3 and 11, just like we would have done on the other one. So what this does is it gives you two ways to do it. The original way I taught you, I like it because it makes you do the same thing no matter what, and that to me is really important. I like that piece of consistency. This you will see taught, for instance, our book teaches it this way, and people will do it, and once in a while you will run into something that looks like a compound inequality, and you sort of need to know how to do that. Either way, what you're doing is it's only in the less than situation, and you're finding out what's in the middle of the sandwich. So let's do a couple on our own. These are left over from an earlier example that we did in one of the other videos. And here's a less than situation. And if you remember, I set up the partner equations and I got to that. So let's see if we do it this way. So I have 4 minus 5p is less than 16. And I get to have another less than symbol, and then I have the opposite, negative 16. And now I'm going to isolate the variable. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 4 from each of the three sections, and I'll end up with negative 20 is less than negative 5p is less than 12. Now I need to divide by a negative. And sometimes before I do any math, because I don't want to forget this, because I divided by a negative, I have to flip the symbols. So now I'm going to end up with 4 and p and negative 12/5. The only problem with that is it's going the wrong way. Here I have 4 is greater than p is greater than that. I'd like to look at it from smallest to largest, so I'm just going to rearrange this so it's negative 12/5. is less than P is less than 4. And again, I have my sandwich. So here's negative 12/5, and here's 4. And what I have in between is the sandwich. So less than is the sandwich. And again, I would write that the exact same way I wrote it. Everything ended up exactly the same. It was just a slightly different way of getting there. Here's another one to do. Same thing. This is less than or equal to, so that'll still work. So let's do it this way. So I have my original was less than or equal to 13. Now I get to put another one over here, and I get to put a negative 13. And again, I'm going to solve this algebraically to isolate the variable. So that's subtract 5 across. And I'll have negative 18 is less than or equal to 6k, which is less than or equal to 8. And again, I'm going to divide by 6. This time I'm dividing by a positive number, so I don't have to mess with the signs. So that's negative 3 is less than or equal to k, which is less than or equal to 4/3, which is what I got here. I think I had to fix that one on the last video, but here I made a k sandwich. It's between negative 3 and 4 1/3, right? Again, like I say, if this works better for you, I'm fine with that, whatever it takes. So that's the end of compound inequalities. I know that was just a little quickie, but I wanted to make sure that I covered it. And there isn't anything on your prep packet for that. That was just a bonus round.